This is an activity for the teachers of Oglala Lakota County School District, Pine Ridge, South Dakota, on taking attendance. So this is going to be level one because it's going to be scaffolded. And so there will be other things to add to it. But right now, this first level is just actually taking attendance. Okay, one of the first things I'm going to point out in this sentence structure, and this isn't important for the students to learn, but it's strictly for your information. So in Lakota, we have to put a question ending when we make a question. Okay, in English, there are certain words and a certain inflection in the voice uh, that kind of tends to let it be known that it's a question. But in Lakota, we don't have that. And so we have to use a question ending. So he is the female question ending. It'll come after your question. Ho is the male question ending. Now, in everyday conversation, especially at home or among friends or family, men will tend to use he, but women never use ho. So for the teacher, whether you're male or female, uh, it doesn't matter uh, if the men use he, but the females will never use ho. So both the male and the female teacher can use he. It's not a big deal. Okay, the verb that we're going to be using in this activity is he, which means to arrive here at this location. So when he is used by itself in a sentence, it is a third person verb. It means he or she is arriving here or has arrived here. Now, in Lakota, we have to conjugate our verbs into I do it and you do it, just like in English. However, in English, we can say I ran, I sit, I went, you left, you whatever. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be I and you. In Lakota, it works a little bit different. So, depending on the verb, it might take a different conjugation to make it I do it. And so, this verb requires wa to be attached to it to make it I arrive here. So, it becomes wahi. And you can see there's a little slanted mark above the I, and so that shows that it takes the stress. Wahi. And if a verb requires wa to make it I do it, then all we have to do is flip that out with ya. It goes in the same location. Ya he. You arrive here. So that's the verb that we're going to be using. So for the teacher, you want to learn the pronunciation. We're keeping it really simple on this first level. You want to use it every day. You'll get better at it. The students will get better at it. You want to teach the students how to respond, but do not translate for them. Don't tell them what it means. Just have them respond using the language. The translation of it and everything will come in time and will come in their Lakota language classes. But we just want to start using the language, getting them to start saying the words, and they will pick up on it on their own. So the way that we're going to do this for a male teacher, and so I have the question ending he, which if you remember is the female question ending, but men can also use it. I mean, it's not a big deal. Women won't use huo. If you want to use huo as the male, then by all means, just go ahead and use that. The way that we're going to do it is we have 4 students here, Sarah, Frank, Beth, and Joe. And we're going to be taking attendance like you usually take attendance. And all you're going to do is go down your list. You're going to say their name first, and then the verb, yahi, you arrive here, and then a question ending. So it becomes Sarah, are you here? Sarah, did you arrive here? So, Sarah yahihe. And if you look over at their response, and this is what you're going to teach them, they're going to respond all the same way. They're going to say, huh. Huh means yes. Huh. Wahi. So now we have the conjugation I do the verb. I arrive here. So yes, I'm here. Huh. Wahi. Frank yahihe. Huh. Wahi. Beth yahihe. Huh. Wahi. Joe yahihe. Huh. Wahi. And so, like I said, for the men, if you want to use huo, then that's fine. Sarah yahihuo. Huh. Wahi. Frank yahihuo. Huh. Wahi. Beth yahihuo. Huh. Wahi. Joe yahihuo. Huh. Wahi. Okay, so let's say a student is not present. And so as you ran through your list, you can kind of, maybe you called out her name. And so in this case, Janet, and she's homesick. So you said the question, remember, when you're taking attendance, it would be Janet yahiho. Or for the female, Janet yahihe. Janet, are you here? And she doesn't reply because she's not there. So as you're marking off your list, you're looking it over, you can, and remember this goes back to the third person, that he. So you can say Sarah, he. Sarah is here. Frank, he. Frank is here. Beth, he. Beth is here. Joe, he. Joe is here. But when it gets to Janet, Janet, he, shni. So shni is a negative marker. It comes after the verb, and it makes our sentence a negative sentence. So if you look at it, if I just said Janet, he, just like the ones above it, that means Janet's here. By adding shni after it, it means she's not here. Janet, he, shni. Okay, so this is the end of level 1, taking attendance. And like I said, we're going to scaffold off of this. So once you're comfortable taking attendance and teaching the students the reply, but not translating it for them, they will pick up on that. And once you have this down, then you can move on to the level 2, which will add a little more dialogue to the morning routine. So keep practicing this one until you have it down before you move on to the next level.